Listen closely, for in the deepest shadows where twilight descends and the world falls silent, a sound often carries on the cool night air. It's not the wind, nor the rustling of leaves, but a haunting, sorrowful wail that seems to pierce the very fabric of the night. This isn't just any cry, it is the ancient, mournful lament of a spirit trapped between worlds, a mother's endless grief echoing through time. This is the tale of La Llorona, the weeping woman, whose eternal search for her lost children has become a chilling whisper in the folklore of countless communities, a legend passed down through hushed tones and shared fears for centuries. Have you ever felt the hairs on your neck rise, or heard an unexplainable sob in the distance, and wondered if it was her, searching still? Her story is not confined to one village or one country, it flows like the rivers she is said to haunt, weaving through the tapestries of cultures from Mexico to the American Southwest, across Central and South America. Each retelling adds a new shade, a different detail, but the core remains the same: a woman, a tragedy, and an everlasting cry. This legend transcends borders, a testament to the universal themes of love, betrayal, and unspeakable loss. It speaks to the deepest fears and sorrows within the human heart, making it a powerful, enduring narrative that continues to resonate with those who dare to listen and learn from its tragic lessons. The universality of her pain makes her a figure of both fear and profound pity. Before she became the Phantom of the Night, she was a woman named Maria, renowned for her extraordinary beauty. Her dark, flowing hair, her striking eyes, and her graceful movements captivated all who beheld her. But beneath this captivating exterior lay a heart brimming with pride, a spirit that yearned for a life beyond the ordinary, a life of grandeur and admiration. She was not content with the simple existence of her village. Her dreams soared higher, reaching for the stars, desiring a destiny worthy of her breathtaking allure. This fierce ambition, coupled with her vanity, would ultimately set the stage for her heartbreaking downfall, a tragic irony of beauty leading to such profound despair. Maria's beauty attracted many admirers, but her gaze was fixed upon a wealthy caballero, a dashing man of high status from a nearby hacienda. He was everything she desired: rich, handsome, and captivating. Their love affair blossomed, a whirlwind of passion and stolen moments under the moonlight, despite the disapproval of his family who saw her as beneath his station. Maria, blinded by love and the promise of a life of luxury, believed her dreams were finally within reach, convinced that their union would elevate her to the life she so desperately craved. This passionate, yet ultimately doomed, romance was the fateful path she chose, a choice that would lead her to unimaginable sorrow and a cursed existence. Eventually, they married, and Maria bore him 2 beautiful children, a son and a daughter, who were the very embodiment of their parents' beauty. For a time, their home was filled with laughter and joy, the innocent sounds of childhood echoing through the sun-drenched rooms. Maria adored her children, showering them with affection, yet her attention was always divided. As time wore on, her husband, once so devoted, began to drift away, drawn by the allure of other women and the responsibilities of his social standing, spending less and less time at home, leaving Maria to feel increasingly abandoned and resentful in her gilded cage of a marriage. This growing distance planted the seeds of bitterness and neglect. The caballero's visits became sporadic, brief interludes where he would return primarily to see his beloved children, showering them with gifts and affection, only to leave Maria feeling even more neglected and scorned. His preference for the children, his tenderness towards them while showing Maria only cold indifference, fueled a burning jealousy within her. She saw them not as her own flesh and blood, but as the reason for her husband's lingering presence, and ironically, the reason for his continued absence from her. This twisted resentment festered, poisoning her heart, slowly eroding the love she once held, replacing it with a desperate, destructive rage that coiled within her, waiting to strike. One fateful evening, as Maria stood by the riverbank, her heart heavy with despair and rage, she saw her husband pass by in a carriage, accompanied by another woman, his arm around her, laughing. His children were with him, yet he did not even acknowledge Maria's presence. In a moment of uncontrollable fury, a blinding flash of madness, she seized her children, pulling them into the dark, swirling waters of the river. The desperate cries of her innocent children were quickly silenced by the relentless current, swallowed by the cold embrace of the river. As Maria watched, her mind fractured, her heart consumed by a grief that transcended all reason and understanding. As the last bubbles rose to the surface and the river settled back into its silent flow, the horrifying realization of her monstrous act crashed upon Maria. The fog of her rage lifted, replaced by an icy grip of pure, unadulterated terror and remorse. She stumbled through the village, her beautiful dress now soiled and soaked, her mind reeling, crying out for her children. The echoes of their final screams, their innocent pleas, tormented her, searing into her consciousness, a relentless symphony of guilt. The sheer weight of her crime, the unnaturalness of a mother destroying her own offspring, became an unbearable burden that fractured her very soul, forever trapping her in a waking nightmare of regret. Overwhelmed by her unspeakable deed, Maria wandered the riverbanks, her anguished cries echoing into the void, searching frantically, hopelessly for her lost children, her mind shattered by sorrow. Some say she drowned herself in the same river, unable to bear the weight of her guilt and the torment of her loss. Others whisper that she simply wasted away, consumed by despair, her heart broken, her spirit utterly vanquished by the horror of her actions. Regardless of how she met her end, her earthly life concluded, but her torment was only just beginning, a new, eternal chapter of suffering opening before her, a consequence of her tragic, irreversible act. When Maria arrived at the gates of heaven, hoping for peace, she was denied entry. The celestial guardians questioned her, "Where are your children?" Unable to answer, unable to present them, she was condemned to wander the earth for eternity, searching for the souls she had so cruelly taken. Her punishment was to forever seek what she had destroyed, to feel the unending pangs of maternal love and loss, without the solace of reunion. This divine curse bound her spirit to the mortal realm, a spectral figure forever trapped in a limbo of ceaseless sorrow, her only companion the echoing cry of her own name, and the chilling lament for her lost offspring. And so, La Llorona walks among us, a spectral figure shrouded in a long, white gown, often described as flowing and ethereal, like a wedding dress or a burial shroud. Her face is usually hidden by a veil of dark hair, or obscured by shadow and tears, so that no one can truly meet her sorrowful gaze. She is said to appear gaunt, her form wavering like smoke, her presence heralded by the sudden drop in temperature and the unmistakable scent of damp earth and decay. Her hands, sometimes visible, are often described as skeletal or translucent, forever reaching, forever searching, never quite grasping what they yearn for, a tragic silhouette against the moonlit landscape. Her most defining characteristic, however, is her mournful cry, Miss Hijos, "Oh, my children." This chilling lament cuts through the stillness of the night, a sound of profound anguish and eternal regret. It is a cry filled with the agony of a mother's love, twisted by the horror of her actions, a cry that carries the weight of centuries of sorrow and unanswered prayers. This wail is not merely a sound, it is a manifestation of her unending pain, a warning to those who hear it, and a desperate plea from a soul forever lost, echoing across desolate landscapes and quiet neighborhoods, a reminder of her terrible deed and her eternal penance. La Llorona is most often seen near bodies of water, rivers, lakes, canals, and sometimes even irrigation ditches. It is there, by the very currents that claimed her children, that she is doomed to wander, her ghostly form drifting along the banks, forever peering into the murky depths, hoping against hope to find them. Her presence is strongest where the veil between worlds is thinnest, near the water's edge, where life and death mingle, where the past can sometimes bleed into the present. The dampness of these places seems to cling to her, a constant reminder of the watery graves she created and the element that now holds her endlessly captive. The legend of La Llorona is more than just a ghost story, it serves as a powerful cautionary tale, particularly for children. Parents often invoke her name to ensure their children do not stray too far from home, especially near water at night. If you don't come home before dark, they might whisper, La Llorona might mistake you for one of her own, and carry you away. It's a way to instill a healthy respect for dangers, a vivid metaphor for the potential consequences of disobedience or carelessness, transforming an ancient tragedy into a timeless lesson about safety and the protective instinct of a community watching over its young, even through fear. Across generations, the legend of La Llorona has persisted, evolving and adapting, yet always retaining its core message of tragic loss and eternal remorse. It is told around campfires, whispered in hushed tones at family gatherings, and retold in countless books and films. Her story is deeply woven into the cultural fabric of many communities, a testament to the enduring power of folklore and the universal human fascination with the supernatural. She is a reminder that even the most beautiful among us can fall prey to destructive emotions, and that some mistakes carry consequences that stretch far beyond a single lifetime, echoing through the annals of time. And so, the weeping woman continues her endless vigil, her ghostly form a haunting silhouette against the moonlit waters, her sorrowful cries a perpetual reminder of a mother's love tragically corrupted, of a moment of madness that led to eternal penance. Her legend lives on, not just as a frightening tale, but as a poignant echo of human frailty, despair, and the enduring search for redemption that can never be found. Next time you hear an unexplainable wail on a dark, quiet night, remember the tale of La Llorona, and perhaps, whisper a prayer for her lost children, and for the anguished soul condemned to search for them forever.